Hello everybody. So today we are on to another course lesson, and today it's lesson 69. My grievances hide the light of the world in me. And so beautiful. Yesterday's lesson being love holds no grievances. Today is seeming to be an extension of that. So in the recognition of ourself as love and love creating itself, love created me like itself, we now recognize that the grievances are hiding this love of thyself and are hiding ourselves as being the light of the world. So it seems like today's lesson brings everything together. So it's really exciting. So let's see what Jesus says here today for us. No one can look upon what your grievances conceal, because your grievances are hiding the light of the world in you. Everyone stands in darkness, and you beside him. But as the veil of your grievances is lifted, you are released with him. Share your salvation now with him who stood beside you when you were in hell. He is your brother in the light of the world, which saves you both. Wow, beautiful. The imagery that Jesus is giving me in my mind in regards to this as I'm reading this forward with all of you, that it almost appears that when we hold grievances in our mind, we are in the darkness. So there's this cloud of darkness that is surrounding us and everybody in the world along with us. So all of our relationships are included under this veil of darkness. But then when we are ready to forgive, when we are ready to let go of these grievances and recognize that we are the light of the world, is when the lights start to turn on. And then the light begins within us, and then it begins to extend and encompass all of those relationships and all of the people in the world to be in this light with us. So this goes with the whole thought, right? When I heal, I'm not healed alone. When I bless myself, I bless the world. I bless the world because I bless myself. So we're including everyone in our bubble of light today. To remember that as we heal these grievances and forgive our brothers for what we thought they did, we forgive ourselves. And we all rest in this light of peace together. So today, let us make another real attempt to reach the light in you. This is what we want today, to reach the light in us. Before we undertake this in our more extended practice period, let us devote several minutes in thinking about what we are trying to do. We are literally attempting to get in touch with the salvation of the world. We are trying to see past the veil of darkness that keeps it concealed. We are trying to let the veil be lifted and see the tears of God's Son disappear in the sunlight. Yes. So that is our goal. That is what we're going to remind ourselves as being the reason, as being the intention for doing today's practice period. Let us begin our longer practice period today with the full realization of all of this and real determination to reach what is dearer to us than all else. Salvation is our only need. Salvation is our only need. There is no other purpose here and no other function to fulfill. Learning salvation is our only goal. Let us end the ancient search today by finding the light in us and holding it up for everyone who searches with us to look upon and rejoice. Wow, this lesson is filled with gems, filled with absolute gems. As we are in the darkness with our grievances hiding the light of the world, then we believe that we have all these needs because the ego is needy, the ego is seeking, the ego is wanting to find. And so ego thinks that it needs all of these things within the realm of form to keep it safe and secure and protected and a-okay. But today we are being reminded that salvation is our only need, that there is no other purpose here. And it is this purpose, which is our function that God has given us, that we share together. And once we recognize that we have no other function to fulfill other than God's, other than salvation, then that's where the peace comes. And it automatically becomes extended to our brothers and sisters because we share that same purpose, we share that same function, whether they have remembered or not. We are here to remember this within ourselves, to accept this within ourselves so that we can find that light within us today. And as we hold that light within us today, then it literally is the light, like the lighthouse that people can seek for and look for and find, and therefore be drawn to the light of their own soul through the reflection of it in ours. Oh, I love this lesson. So as we continue to go forward, very quickly now with the eyes closed, try to let all the content which generally occupies your consciousness go. So drop all thoughts, all feelings, all beliefs, all things of what you need to do. Think of your mind as a vast, round area, surrounded by a layer of heavy, dark clouds. You can see only the clouds because you seem to be standing outside the whole area and quite apart from it. From where you stand, you can see no reason to believe there is a brilliant light hidden by the clouds. The clouds seem to be the only reality. They seem to be all there is to see. Therefore, you do not attempt to go through them and pass them, which is the only way in which you would be really convinced of their lack of substance. We will make this attempt today. Today we are willing to be courageous and walk through the darkness and the fog of mind, walking through and past and beyond these darkened clouds, and we will find the light there. We will find the light and the safety and the peace there, and we are attempting that today. After you have thought about the importance of what you are trying to do for yourself and the world, try to settle into perfect stillness, remembering only how much you want to reach the light in you today. Now. Determined to go past the clouds. Reach out and touch them in your mind. Brush them aside with your hand. Feel them resting on your cheeks and foreheads and eyelid, and you go through them. Go on. Clouds cannot stop you. Oh, I love Jesus. He's just gently brushing us by. Come on, you can do it. Clouds won't stop you. They can't harm you. Come through the fear with me, he's saying. Come through the fear with me. There's nothing to fear here. If you are doing the exercises properly, you will begin to feel a sense of being lifted up, carried ahead. Your little effort and small determination call on the power of the universe to help you, and God himself will raise you from the darkness into the light. You are in accord with his will. You cannot fail because your will is his. And we know we are in accord with his will because we are here together today, willing to remember that it is only salvation that we need. That it is only our own grievances that hide the light of the world, and in doing our function, which is our function of forgiveness, that's the will that God has given us, so that we can remember that our happiness and our function are one. So as we remove and we undo this darkness and these clouded thoughts with his guide that he has given us, we remember and accept his will for ourselves. And you cannot fail because your will is his. Jesus is reminding us we cannot fail. Have confidence in your Father today. And be certain that he has heard you and has answered you. You may not recognize his answer yet, but you can indeed be sure that it is given you, and you will yet receive it. Try as you attempt to go through the clouds to the light to hold this confidence in your mind. I know God has already given me these gifts. I'm willing to see that and experience that for myself today. Try to remember that you are at last joining your will to God's. Try to remember that you are at last joining your will to God's. Try to keep the thought clearly in your mind that what you undertake with God must succeed. Then let the power of God work in you and through you, that his will and yours may be done. Beautiful. Let the power of God work in you and through you, that his will and yours may be done. Our will is God's will. In the shorter practice periods, which you will want to do as often as possible in view of the importance of today's idea to you and your happiness, remind yourself that your grievances are hiding the light of the world from your awareness. Remind yourself also that you are not searching for it alone and that you do know where to look for it. Say then, my grievances hide the light of the world in me. I cannot see what I have hidden. Yet I want to let it be revealed to me for my salvation and the salvation of the world. Now this is a call of the heart, beautiful souls. This is a call of the heart. Also be sure to tell yourself, if I hold this grievance, the light of the world will be hidden from me. If I hold this grievance, the light of the world will be hidden from me. If you are tempted to hold anything against anyone today. So Jesus is very thorough in today's lesson. We have that thought, if I hold this grievance, the light of the world will be hidden from me. Anytime we become aware of a thought that we're holding against ourselves or against others, a thought of attack, a thought of judgment, we can apply that thought perfectly. And we can also have, for shorter practice periods, the little prayer that was given us here of the heart to apply often throughout the day, and then we will also sit in our mind for an extended amount of time and let ourselves walk through those darkened clouds to the light. We are recognizing the light of our own soul today, beautiful souls. So lesson 69, my grievances hold the light of the world in me, and I'm willing to go beyond my grievances to the light. And so it is. I love you all. Enjoy today's course lesson. Bye.